U.S. held the name.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, it was a big debate.
That's about as far as north as we got, wasn't it? Or
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And there's a lot of Agent Orange in the soil, especially around the airport.
That's what Marcus was saying.
Yeah.
That they would load the B-52s there and then it would leak.
Yep. So, a couple of years ago, the U.S. appropriated something like $1 billion. I mean, it was a large sum of money to take out the soil that was contaminated and clean up the area. I thought that was good. I think,
Better late than never.
yeah, you know, we'll pop it in 2-3 years. Yeah.
That's about the right timeline for the federal government.
Yeah, 30 years.
It's funny, when I worked for an NGO, we'd always blame things, you know, all the problems, all the bureaucracy, it was all the state's fault. Now that I work for the state, it's all the feds' fault.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the federal government is what the people's fault.
Right.
So were any of you affected by or your departments affected by the government shutdown?
It benefited me in a positive way because it got my federal site review postponed, so I'm happy about it.
It got what?
I was supposed to be I get back into the States at 12:30 on Monday, and I was supposed to have to be to work Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock to start a 3-day federal site review. And because all of our planning calls got canceled because everyone was furloughed, we got it postponed for 60 days. So I'm happy about that.
Tied to funding and all other kinds of things with your program?
If it went on much longer, we were worried about the funding that we get for addictions programs, because we spend that the minute we get it. But the mental health programs, the funding is so small from the feds. We only get $5 million a year from the federal government for mental health services in the state of Oregon. We get $17 million a year for addiction services. So,
nasty.
yeah, I mean, and that doesn't include Medicaid.
Yeah.
So we haven't spent the mental health block grant money as quickly as we spend the SAT block grant.
So did you, before the system was taken down, did you ever work with the Commission on Children and Families?
Uh-huh.
They did a lot of, funding. Well, I guess they were like a flow-through agency for funding
Yeah.
for addiction and, I don't know if they touched mental health.
No, it was a lot of like runaway and homeless
Yeah.
youth. In fact, a woman that I work with now, Jean Lassiter, are you familiar with her?
I know.
She worked at the